Florida State beats Boston College in a nail biter, 31-29. And there's a lot of takeaways from this game. Florida State battling a 1-1 Boston College unranked team. Florida State obviously being the fourth team in the country. They stay undefeated going 3-0. Jordan Travis has a decent game, 15 of 24, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, had the long pass of 44 yards, 4 carries, 38 yards. And I've said, Jordan Travis is one of my favorite quarterbacks. I really like Jordan Travis a lot as he goes through this college football year. But they played a nail biter against Boston College, right? And when you look at what is actually happening with Florida State in this game, so we'll dig into it here. Again, Jordan Travis with a decent game, but winning ugly is a thing that we saw a lot here over the weekend with football and really in college football. They benefited, though, Florida State from Boston College's penalties, and obviously they survived 2 costly turnovers. You got Clemson up next, so it's good enough for now. But again, Jordan Travis throwing a pair of touchdown passes, one to Bell, one to Daniel. They take him down 31-29. It was really just a lack of execution. Coach Mike Norvell said, of course, it's something we'll learn from as a football team. We're going to continue to push. We're going to continue to improve. And I've got a lot of confidence. And Boston College came close. They hadn't beaten a top 5 team since 2002, but they definitely put on quite a show. Sticking with Florida State a little bit here, though. So Florida State, thankfully, 1-0 in the ACC. They had just 3 first-half possessions, scoring a field goal and 2 touchdowns, which was, efficient enough. They drove 61 yards down the field and then 75 yards down the field and then another 70 yards down the field to take a 17-10 lead at the half. So even though they only touched the ball 3 times in the first half, they were engineering plays. They were chewing up offensive yards. And again, this is a testament to what Florida State has done to get to that 4th overall team in the country. You got Jordan Travis finishing drives with a 19-yard touchdown pass again, and then Trey Benson running 2 yards in for a touchdown, talking about there in the first half. You got 3rd and 4th down conversions that they were able to convert on, thankfully, but there weren't that many opportunities. They did settle for a field goal on that first drive, and then they did generate 17 points on other 3 drives. They scored on 5 of its 6 first drives, not counting a kneel down to end the half. So overall, even though they did win ugly, yes, they had their offense perform in good spots, but they just didn't execute enough well on to actually make things more favorable and ultimately for a better takeaway of people looking at the game, and especially Florida State fans as well. But DJ Lundy intercepts Castellanos while he essentially is laying down. You got a super athletic pick, an interception on the day, especially when that defense needed stops. And you got Lundy's first college interception as well. Then you got the Seminoles driving down to the goal line. Lundy gets the call there. He runs up the middle. He's initially stopped, but he got the second effort. They push him right into the end zone. Pretty funny. He's now got a stat line of 4 rushes, 3 yards, and 3 touchdowns in his college career. But the defense struggled on 3rd and 4th down with Boston College. The defense had been very, very good in 3rd and 4th down coming into this game. Coming into the game, they allowed LSU and Southern Miss to convert on just 6 of 23, which is 27% on 3rd down tries. FSU had made stops on all 4 attempts by the Tigers and the Golden Eagles, of course, leading into the game, speaking of LSU and Southern Miss. But what did Boston College do? They just easily converted on 8 of 19 3rd down conversions, 4 of 5 4th down conversions, making FSU's defense absolutely work for it, keeping them on the field, and really making them pay in certain situations. You got time and time again, though, Castellanos dropped back and had time to throw, found a rushing lane to pick up a first down. And on the day, he was 20 of 33 for 305 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Guys out of Waycross, Georgia, also ran for 16 carries on 95 yards and a touchdown. And it really felt like that on every significant drive, Castellanos threw or ran for a first down. Or he had Kyle Robichaud, it might be, 21 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown. He runs for a first down. Robichaud converted 6 times on 3rd or 4th down, so he was very key. There were just these key pieces between running back play that ultimately Boston College was kind of able to jump in on. But Boston College had numerous pre-snap penalties, definitely a discussion about a potential Eagles upset that really they could have had, obviously, on FSU. But when you go look at, Boston College in this game, 19 penalties, new school record. They kept the game competitive, but they really couldn't get out of their own way, right? Anytime you have 19 penalties, you're absolutely going to fall flat on your face, whether it's a false start, killing momentum. They were trying to keep the pace with them, but when you have penalties become drive killers, become point taker awayers, yes, that's a word here on the NFL with AJL, you're not going to win a lot of football games like that. Absolutely not. But you look at the offense at times, again, when it stepped in with the running back, with the quarterback play, it revolved around Castellanos really being able to spread the ball around, working well with his legs, running the ball. He was able to rip off a couple of long runs and really scramble to find some of those open receivers, but FSU wasn't really sure about committing to Castellanos because he was not, he was making them respect them in the run game, but also in the pass game, really being that dual threat quarterback. They controlled time of possession. They really limited FSU's opportunities on offense. And as a result, that was almost a reason of why they were able to upset. But clearly the defense got overmatched. Jordan Travis and Florida State, they're one of the most intimidating offenses in the country. They're a number four team, in the country for a reason. So you're asking Boston College to do a lot, unranked. Now, yes, you're at home, but bringing in Jordan Travis, who is one of the top quarterbacks in this game, in college football, it was a lot for them. They struggled to stop the Seminoles, especially in pass coverage. They did make a couple of key stops near the end of the game, but the game-ending face mask penalty, again, a penalty, was a backbreaker and kind of sealed it shut. And again, not Kai Robichaux, however you want to say it, primary running back. He looked really good out there. Like I said, he had some key plays as well, but Castellanos really has to get better on play action, right? You don't know if, one of the few people out there noticing this, whether it's you, whether it's me, whether it's someone else looking in on the game, but his handoffs on play action are not super clean. It's either him or the running backs are like rarely in position to actually get the play action pulled off, but it's not really faking anybody out. And we know when you implement the play action, when you're able to run kind of well, like they were in this game, and make Florida State respect them, also not on the run game, but on the pass game, when you're able to implement play action, that allows you for your deep shots over the top. If we would have seen more of that with Boston College, they possibly could have had the upset in this game. But Florida State again beats Boston College 31-29. A lot of nail biters here in college football. Georgia and South Carolina, Alabama and South Florida, Colorado and Colorado State, covering all these games here. I said I was only going to talk about the NFL, but I lied. I absolutely lied, because college football pulled me in from week one with Colorado and TCU, and we've been in for the ride ever since.